beware of shadow walkers. A lot of people call them leeches or coattail riders. You know what I mean? Energy vampires. Beware of shadow walkers. There are people who sit back in the cut and wait and feast off of your aura. See, there are some people who can see or sense your aura, have that sixth sense, or first sense, I should say. The first sense would be the sense that goes beyond the flesh. We consider it the sixth sense, but if you want to break it down the same way some people say first eye rather than third eye, it's the same thing here, because you're bringing it back to consciousness. So the first eye, which would be the third eye, same thing. It's just putting things back in perspective, back into the proper context in prioritizing. So when you get into your first sense, your instincts, you know what I'm saying? Like that gut feeling that you feel that you deny and you don't know what it is, and you be like, damn, I should listen to myself. Well, people can sense that. The same way you sense shit and you think about it, but you don't really think it's real. You just think it's a thought. You don't understand the power of that thought. You don't really understand the power of the thought manifested, or the illusion of time. Basically being able to predict or be in a situation before physically actually being absorbed into that situation. Like, let's say, basically knowing the future. So there are people who can sense your aura, and there are negative people out here who feast and leech off of your aura. It's people who act like they're creators, but what they do is they take your ideas and try to reshape them. Because if you give them a blank piece of paper, they can't make shit. But if you give them a piece of paper with your art on it, they can take it and manipulate it and reconfigure it to where you think it's actually a whole new piece of art. And that's what someone might say, that's what a Christian might say the devil would do, the deceiver. Be able to manipulate things, be able to disguise things, subliminally insert things. Now, I mentioned before, there's a difference between good and bad, but there's always perspective. Because there's certain people out here who do evil shit, and you don't get it. You just like these people crazy. You think they crazy. But in their mind, this is logic. A lot of sick things that we see that we think are crazy and sick, certain people don't see it that way. That's where you get the dichotomy. That's where you get the differences of viewpoints. But this is the thing. So people feast off of your energy. So there are energy vampires, because there are people who are soulless. There's nothing for them after this life. That's why a lot of people who even call themselves believing in some type of religion, they don't necessarily believe in the afterlife. They believe you can just do what you want here. And that's the deception. And that's the trickery. Because you can do what you want here. But the thing about it is, there are certain people who this would technically be it for them. This is it. There is no, when you talk about reincarnation, when you talk about your soul leaving your body, this is it for them. So they have to dominate the physical realm because they're physical. They master the physical because that's what they are. They fall into that. We've all fallen into the physical. That's why we're here. But it's nothing, we shouldn't even say falling at this point. We should just say we're experiencing. But it depends on who you are. Some of us have fallen into the physical. Some of us have returned to the physical. Regardless, some of us were just new to the physical, right? But what's really new under the sun? Think about it. There are certain people who just want to feast off of your energy. So they can't create nothing on their own. So they just latch on to something. They attach to something and they feast off of you. You have an idea. They want to remix your idea and act like they came up with something better. But you didn't come up with nothing better. You have no ideas. You a bum. You a lame. Right? And there's a lot of people, when you have that creative ability, they're automatically jealous of you. They automatically have hatred towards you. And you wonder, like, how does somebody I don't know have so much hatred towards me? Or how can somebody who's related to me have so much jealousy towards me? What is it?